In the headlines, close to $30,000 for Kalinago Sports Association and Dominican youth take to Parliament. Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm PRISCA Julien. Stay tuned for details of the headline stories and others coming up.
I believe in the natural order of things. I believe in the harmony of things. In everything we do, we have to keep it natural. I've been doing farming for now over a decade. My day is very hectic, but I make it light, because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy producing the best quality goods and to make sure that the people that receive it, they receive the best that they can ever get. Right from the farm, everything that I grow, I process them back into the farm so that the same things that grow in the farm is what protects the farm. Tourism is my business. It's not just dealing with the foreigners that come in, but it's preparing those things that when they come, they can feel and taste the difference in coming to this exotic island. And it starts with the farmer, because we provide the things that they eat, that they taste, that they drink. I believe in my heart that it's my responsibility to provide quality. My name is Tony Alves, and tourism is my business.
Welcome back. Now for the details. On Tuesday, Dominica's potential future leaders and politicians took their places in the House of Assembly for the 2018 edition of Youth Parliament. Youth Parliament, an initiative of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, forms part of the commemoration of Commonwealth Day activities and allows for students to debate ongoing issues of the country. This year in Dominica, the students debated the motion of Dominica becoming the first climate-resilient nation. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, who himself had taken part in Youth Parliament during his secondary school years, was pleased that the young people were given the opportunity to be heard on an issue of such importance of Dominica. He urged the participants to esteem themselves as young leaders in the country.
Where young people could be elevated to that level to discuss a topical issue. Because you must never see yourself as just young people. You must see yourselves as leaders. And each of us has a role to play in national development and being part of the national discourse. And I feel that the topic that you have selected, or the motion that you have before you, is in fact the most topical issue, not only in Dominica but the Caribbean.
As for the Speaker of the House, Alex Boyd Knight, her wish is that the event be held at least once a year apart from Commonwealth recognition.
We should have it at least once a year, not necessarily at Commonwealth Day time, but some other time we should aim to have a youth parliament once a year.
This notion was supported by the leader of the opposition, Lennox Linton, who also shared that he was surely impressed with the efforts and delivery of the youth parliamentarians and hopes the members of parliament will all take a page from the book of the youth. Linton expressed that this exposure could lead to greater involvement of the young people in the national issues.
Realizing that this is the highest decision-making body in the country, this is no laughing matter. When we come here, we come for serious business. And you did come here for very serious business. You have set a very good tone for debates in the Parliament this year. And I think we'll be well placed, if and when we get the next opportunity to speak in Parliament, that we can be as graceful under pressure, as dignified as you were this afternoon. This youth parliament, I think it's a very important instrument of engagement, of debate of national issues that can help us, help the young people to be more involved in what we're doing, and help the young people's voice to be more clearly heard in matters of national development.
The young lady taking up the role as Prime Minister in the Parliament, Lakia Joseph, on behalf of her colleagues, thanked all involved in the execution of the event and moved the simulate motion that more sittings of this nature should occur.
We want to thank you for always believing in us, the young people, because we need the motivation from you that we don't have in ourselves. And to our teachers, thank you very much for always believing in us. And I wish that youth parliament, I second the motion, that youth parliament be held every year so that students of every level can get the opportunity that we had here today.
In total, 16 secondary schools took part in the youth parliament this week, including the Dominica State College and 15 secondary schools across the island, namely the Dominica Grammar School, Goodwill Secondary School, Pierre Charles Secondary, Portsmouth Secondary, the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, Castle Bruce, Northeast Comprehensive, Convent High School, Dominica Community High, the SDA Secondary, St. Martin's Secondary, St. Mary's Academy, Wesley High School, Orion Academy, and the St. John's Academy. The students were encouraged by the Minister for Social Services, Honorable Catherine Danielle, to view this experience as an entry for them playing part in the country's development.
I wish to encourage you. Those of you I heard, if you stay that big, you will be contributors to the country in a very positive way. See this debate as your stepping stone into the development of the country.
At the end of the proceedings, winners for specific areas of the debate were revealed by the Speaker of the House of Assembly.
On the government side, get ready with your drum roll. Third place, Gayodin, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Daisy. Can you stand, please? And second place on the government side, drum roll please, Jared Jaja. And the best speaker on the government side, you know what? I'll do the opposition. Third place on the opposition side is Vital. And the second place on the opposition side is Delbert Defoe. Now we have the first place on the government side, Sky George. And the best speaker on the opposition side was Adele Durand.
Also this news time, the government of Canada has committed to support Dominica to develop the Climate Resilience Execution Agency of Dominica, CREOLE, by assisting with the draft legislation through a Canadian-funded project called Impact Justice. Canada's commitment to work collectively with small island developing states to help mitigate the impact of climate change and to assist countries build resilience has propelled its pledge of $100 million at last November's CARICOM UN Pledging Conference in New York. These funds will support reconstruction in the Caribbean region over the next 5 years. Dominica will be heavily supported.
While disaster risk management and climate change resilience will be done through regional initiative, the reconstruction will mostly focus on Dominica. Prior to this pledging conference, Canada had provided more than $2 million to humanitarian organizations for emergency relief, and as a major contributor to the CDB, Canadian funded also supported the CDB's emergency relief effort in the affected countries and territory. In Dominica, for instance, of all the partnership that we have developed, Canada is working with PIERRE to look at how to protect the community center there from further damage.
Meantime, the United Nations Development Programme has also come on board to support Dominica in its quest to become the first climate-resilient nation in the world. The UNDP brought Dominica through relief and now is currently working with government in the recovery efforts. Representative of the UNDP, Stephen O'Malley, expressed gratitude for the opportunity to assist with CREOLE.
UNDP and the other partner agencies of the United Nations have been working with the government and the people since the earliest days after Maria struck. We've been involved in emergency response and now in the recovery phase, for example, with the cleanup activities through the National Employment Program, the roofing project generously funded by the government of China, and other major climate and environmental issues. So I would thus like to very much also express my thanks to the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica for entrusting UNDP with the responsibility of supporting the development of the CREOLE and of undertaking what we call the sort of pre-CREOLE or mini-CREOLE activities while the CREOLE is being legally established.
He says the aim is to have the new statutory body fully functional as soon as it is legally established. And finally, the Kalinago Sports Association has received close to $30,000 to complete the washroom facility at the Jolly John Memorial Park. At a small handing over ceremony last week, the Honorable Minister for Kalinago Affairs, Cassius Daru, told the Sports Association that this gesture demonstrates government's commitment to fulfilling its promises.
One of those undertakings that we have at Jolly John's is the development of the washroom facility that has been long outstanding. And the individuals patronizing the cricket activities and other sporting activities, they are really wondering when it is going to complete. And so, members of the Sports Association, I think it is good news for us this morning that the remaining of the funds to do the completion of the washroom will be given to you this morning in the tune of $29,604.90 is to go towards the full completion of the washroom, so that by the next cricket season, when we are having the Kalinago Premier Cricket League, we could officially open. And it's rather refreshing that after the devastation of Hurricane Maria, that we still keep to our commitment, and this money is coming from from the national budget for undertaking the projects in the Kalinago territory.
Honorable Daru says government has invested much into the Jolly Johns Memorial Park, which contributes towards the development of sports in the Kalinago territory and by extension the East. One of those projects included the lighting of the park with solar lights. However, this was destroyed by Hurricane Maria. Honorable Daru informed that there are also plans for further development of the field in terms of access to potable water and road rehabilitation. Meantime, he announced more development to take place in the Kalinago territory. Honorable Daru informed that the Minister for Finance has approved funding to undertake roadworks in the Tuna community.
The cost of this undertaking is $124,439.20, which I expect to see works commencing on Monday next week. This fund has been available. It is in the council's account, and we expect that it will give us some serious ease or some good ease using the Tuna end. It's in a terrible condition, and I just want the people of the Tuna community and people traversing this section of the road to bear a little patience with us.
And that's the English segment of the news. Shakira is up next with Creole highlights.
I've been in the business for over 16 years. I get up in the mornings and I look forward to having the next cruise ship berth on island. When the visitor steps off the ship, the first impression is me, and I believe that I need to put my best foot forward and to ensure that everything I do it to the best of my ability. Based on my recommendation, visitors go to various sites, restaurants, bars, and vendors. I take that responsibility very seriously. I would like that the guest receives the same service that I have provided to that individual or guest. This business is bigger than me. Everybody plays a role. The cleaner who cleans my bus, my mechanic who does my checks, those persons ensure that I provide a quality service to the guest. The tourism dollar doesn't just stop with me. It allows me to pay the bank, visit the supermarket to feed myself and family, and have a drink with friends. My name is Jenna Gist, and tourism is my business.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel créole, non moi c'est Shakira Pierre. Ministre Énergie, Honorable Ian Douglas, fait annoncement qui plan pour bâtir géothermal là en Roseau Valley à sous cadre gouvernement. Géothermal plant là tenu pour finir par l'année 2019, mais après cyclone Maria, projet là te arrêté pour presque 6 mois. Gouvernement a supporté plan ça là pour faire géothermal plan ça là un projet qui baisser l'électricité à Dominica. Chef équipe là qui a fait négociation pour projet ça là, His Excellency Dr. Vince Henderson, dit préparation pour commencer projet là encore qu'a fait progrès. His Excellency Henderson dit tout le monde qui t'a fait commitment à projet là avant cyclone Maria, dit yo ka continuer pour ba support là pour faire projet ça là en réalité. Organisation contre DFID qui a fait 8,5 millions de points available pour projet ça là. SIDSDOC aussi c'est une organisation là qui a ba assistance financière pour projet géothermal là. His Excellency Henderson dit après un assessment travail à ce plan là qui a commencé en finissement l'année là. Mais si ça pas possible à commencement l'année 2019. Membre Parlement pour Constituency Roseau Valley, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre, dit bien plaisir pour ça là qu'a pris place à constituency et puis gouvernement qu'a baillé un pile support pour projet ça là. À date nouvelle, quand le deuxième lundi en mars, c'est pour recogniser journée Commonwealth, ministre Éducation Honorable Peter Serge dit ça c'est temps là pour chaîne quand un membre en équipe là qui n'y 53 nations Commonwealth. Quand thème là pour journée Commonwealth l'année ça là c'est pour ni même la vina pour Dominique. Honorable Serge dit ça c'est temps là pour Dominique mettre attention pour bâtir en unité et puis pour ni un pli mais la vina. Ministre Éducation là aussi dit il est nécessaire pour Dominique lever quand une nation Commonwealth après il a lever après ça qui était une grosse leçon dans pays là. Honorable Serge Ankwe, leçon ça là qui fait gouvernement mettre attention à ce bagay qui mène le développement pratique à différents secteurs en pays là. Honorable Serge a parlé pendant la cérémonie là pour recogniser la journée Commonwealth à St. Gerald's Hall en Roseau. Et puis finalement, le gouvernement Canada a fait commitment pour supporter Dominique pour développer CREOLE, une agency gouvernement mettre en place pour gommer le changement climatique. Yo ka ba support kon yo ka financer législation là par un projet à Canada yo ka créer Impact Justice. Commitment là Canada ka fait pour travailler et puis d'autres pays à Caraïbes là pour aider yo pour gommer changement climatique et puis pour aider pays là bâtir plus fort et puis pour faire une donation à valeur $100 millions à donner à conférence là en novembre l'année passée. L'argent ça là qui supporté manière pour bâtir meilleur en Caraïbes là pour 5 l'année. Dominique est tapé autant si pour l'argent ça là. En même temps là, programme développement United Nations la UNDP vini en bord pour supporter Dominique à ce mission là pour venir premier pays là qui s'apprend changement climatique. UNDP wede Dominique et puis soulagement après cyclone Maria et puis qu'à travail pour rebâtir pays là aussi. Représentatif UNDP là oui mais le gouvernement pour opportunité là pour travail et puis créer. Ça c'est tout pour nouvelle à créole. Non moi c'est Shakira Pierre. Au revoir.
That's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS on facebook.com/GIS News Dominica and also follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am PRISCA JULIEN.